And we are back for El Coast to Coast on a Wednesday. And yes, it is a Golf Wednesday on C2C. I know we had no Prime Minister last hour. We're still going to do the picks later on. And we always have Keith Stewart from Read the Line every Wednesday, as this week he comes to us from just a little bit south of us, the city of brotherly love, the Philadelphia Cricket Club, as we get ready for the Truist Championship, formerly known as the Wells Fargo, usually taken at Quail Hollow, but this year in Philly. Keith, it's good to see you as always. How are you?
Mike, good afternoon on a Golf Wednesday, and you're going to have to wait a week if you want to see me at Quail Hollow. I'm down here at the Wissahickon course, Philly Cricket Country Club. Let's get after it.
The Wissahickon. Listen, I'm only going to spend 1 minute on this. We had a feeling that Scottie might do that last week, but I thought he would run away. 253? 31 under? I mean, geez. I mean, did he have to also go in it? Did he take their money out of their lockers afterwards too, Keith? Like, honestly, Scottie, give everybody a break down there.
Mike, he had 40 scoring chances. You know, that's like birdie putts or opportunities inside of 20 feet. He had 29 birdies, 3 eagles. I mean, a partridge in a pear tree. What do you want from the guy? 31 under, and he limped in on the last 2 holes. Unbelievable. But what's interesting to me about Scottie, and the one thing I want to bring up is that why isn't he here? Now, generally, here's the thing, and think about this going into next week, right? Consider this much. This is the one signature event this time of year that he always seems to skip. Now, what's interesting about that is that I get that he's skipping it again this year, but in previous years, it's been at Quail Hollow. The only time he's ever played Quail Hollow was the 2022 President's Cup. So just food for thought for next week. But I'm surprised after 31 under that he isn't here to try to rack up a couple more FedEx points. You know, he needs them.
Oh, he needs them. I'm sure that he does. All right, let's get to this place now, Keith, because this is a rare week for us. Usually, whatever event we're at other than majors, we've got lots of course history. We know the place very well. That is not the case here with the Philadelphia Country Cricket Club, where we're going to be for the Truist. Now, it is a signature event. There's a lot of money on the line, but we don't know this place at all. Keith, tell me about this place. You've been there now.
Mike, well, I tell you what, the course has history, just not history with the PGA Tour. 1922, A.W. Tillinghast design. Now, around New York City, you're talking about places like Bethpage Black. You're talking about Wingfoot. But here's the thing. Those are big, brawny, and you got to love the green complexes. Well, that's the only thing that transitions over to this place. It's a little short, par 70, 7,100 yards. You look at the front 9, there's only one hole over 440, and that's a par 5. I think this thing is going to be a scoring fest. Just looking at it, it's soft already, and we expect I won't ruin it for you yet, but we do expect some wet weather. But it is soft already. These guys are already talking about it. I asked Rory this morning at his press conference, I said, hey, how are you going to attack this place? Positionally, or are you going to let the shaft out of the driver? And he said, well, you know, Keith, it's interesting. They've got these cross bunkers on some of these soft dog legs where I could definitely carry them at about 310, and it puts me in perfect position. I was, so at 310, he's not worried about anything. All the trouble's behind him. So guys like him, Wyndham, right, Ludwig, all of these guys that are super bombers, they're going to have an advantage. Another Keith's key. The one skill that translates when you have a new venue, and there's 72 guys in the field, so we have 72 rookies here at the Wissahickon course. That is putting. It translates all the time. If you're a good putter, not only can you control your speed, but you can read greens, and they're new greens to everybody. It's a Tillinghast design, like I mentioned, the green complex. It's going to be complex, right? They're going to be tough to read. It's going to be tough to make a lot of putts. So far, driver, putter, and then guess what? This place has 118 bunkers, Carver. 118, 60 around the green. So if you don't pick some guys that can bomb it, putt it, and have a little bit of sand acumen, then you're going to be sorry.
Yeah, I saw that Rory response, Keith, made the rounds a lot this morning all throughout social media. And he basically did say, you know, it's like he mentioned, didn't he mention Oak Hill, I believe, Oakmont, or I forget where he mentioned that.
Oak Hill. Yeah.
He said, Oak Hill. He said, I'm just, just bomb it out there and we'll figure it out on the second shot. That seems to be what his strategy is going to. Now, not everybody can do that, Keith. Not everybody can just bomb it out there and figure it out on the second shot.
Yeah, but the last time I checked, there's only a need for one winner, right? So all of your guys, your Henleys, your Morikawas, all those guys that hit it 280, 285, they're going to be landing where all those fairway bunkers are. The longer guys I mentioned earlier, maybe Burns, Wyndham, Ludwig, all those guys, they're going to be past all that stuff. And, they talked about in the golf course superintendent's report, they said, 3 inches of rough. It's May. in Philly, New Jersey, New York. There's no grass out here. There's no rough.
Yeah.
These guys, the ball's basically, it's freewheeling with the driver. That's where I would start to build my betting card.
What's the deal with the weather? You made a little reference there. What's going on with the weather over the next 4 days?
I don't want to ruin your mood, but it's been soft to begin with. Today's been an absolutely gorgeous day for the Creator Classic. We'll get them out of here because starting tomorrow afternoon, we're going to get a storm system between Thursday around 4 or 5 p.m. and Friday 4 or 5 p.m. That 24-hour window, we're looking at about 1.5 inches of rain if we get what is forecasted. And that's only going to make this place softer for the 72 guys for the weekend. You think 31 under was low? I think there'll be multiple guys in the 20s competing for this thing by the time Sunday wraps up.
And I guess that's why, Keith, they're doing threesomes, obviously, with the 72 because of the weather tomorrow. Is that why they're sending them out on split tees and threes? That's why they're sending them out on split tees and threes. I'm not quite sure why they're doing it later and not earlier. You'd have to call Jay on the jet for that one. I don't know. I really don't. I'm not. Yeah. Jay lost my number. He's not going to receive it. He's not going to take any of my calls anymore.
He's not taking mine.
And then we're going to get into your card after the break. As usual, I love when we're reading the same mail. Could be a good week for Patrick Cantlay, Keith. I like hearing that maybe. Tell me about Pat.
All right, real quickly. Not a lot of heat around him. You know, everyone's talking about Rory and Xander and those guys, kind of JT. Everyone in the press conferences today, all three of those guys spoke. All three of them mentioned a mindset where they were preparing themselves. Well, for what? You'd be ready for this week if you were going on Thursday. But they're talking about Quail Hollow. I kind of think Patrick slips in there. And in the Mid-Atlantic, well, we'll get to it in the outrights. But he's a really nice fit here, and he's had a ton of success in the past.